guys, welcome back to my channel.
Another banger. Make a call.
So today we're gonna be doing 5 things I learned at 25 because guess what? It's my birthday. I mean, my birthday has already passed now. By the time you guys are seeing this video, go ahead and wish me happy birthday in the comments. Go ahead, I'll give you some time, okay? And actually go to my Instagram and check out my birthday pictures because they came out fire. Okay? So go to my Instagram, check me out, Bad Girl Kiri, okay? And y'all go ahead and hype me up in the comments, wish me happy birthday. I know it's already passed, but hey, I could still take me a happy birthday. You know what I mean? The first thing I have learned in my 25 years of living is that if you don't love it, then change it. Nobody's gonna change anything in your life unless you make that change. And this goes towards everything. If you're in a job and you hate going to work, you're not like progressing, you feel like you're stuck in a place, like you feel like you're confined, then leave that space. Because guess what? When you leave that job, they'll fill it up with somebody else, okay? They will fill it up with somebody else. So if you're not enjoying that job and you can find another job that pays as well or will make sure that, you know, you're still making the money that you need to make, then leave. There's no reason for you to stay in a position that you're not happy in. The same thing with relationships. I'm also on TikTok and people be talking about, oh, my boyfriend of 5 years does this, does that, does 5 years? 5 years? Half a decade? And you're here complaining to us about him, but are you gonna leave? Nah, no, you're not. So how about we go ahead and, you know, close our mouth? In this world, nothing is promised. You have the power to make your life what it is. I say every decision you make is the reason why you're where you're at right now. Whether you're somewhere where you're happy or where somewhere you're sad, right? Like, we make those choices. Now, the world has a play in it, but how we react to things, how we decide to change things is all up to us. So if you do not love something in your life right now and you've been feeling like, I don't know what to do, step 1 is to acknowledge that you want to make a change. Once you have acknowledged that you want to make the change, then go ahead and work towards making that change. You can't say you want to make a change and then just sit there. Because if you're just sitting there, that means you don't actually want to make the change. And I know it's harder to actually do it than how do I say this? I know it's harder to actually get up and get things started, but that's what it takes. Because sometimes we'll sit and we'll complain to our friends or complain to this person, that person about something in our lives that we want to change, and we're not working towards making that change. Well, if you're not working towards making that change, then it's not something you actually hate. Because best believe, if there's something I do not like, I do my due diligence. What's the word? Diligence. Why is the word not coming to me? I do my diligence. Due diligence. You know what? We're going to put that word to the side, all right? I do my best to make sure that the things I want, I'm working towards. And that is one thing that I have learned in my 25 years of living. You can work towards something and maybe not achieve, but at least you work towards it and wanting to make that difference for yourself. Okay? Hopefully this resonates. The second thing I've learned in my 25 years of living is that get yourself educated. Ladies, men, everybody, get yourself educated. It doesn't have to be academic, but get yourself educated in something, because that is the only way you will really progress to something higher and bigger. Because here, I live in the United States, right? If you don't have a skill that's profitable, then you can't really make something of yourself. Let me give you an example. You can go to school and learn and go into construction, right? A trade school. You learn how to do construction, you get your license or your certificate. Because you have that skill, that company can now invest in you, and in turn, you get money from that. Do you know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, we all want to have a happy life where we can do the things we like. But if you don't work towards gaining skills that help you move forward, then that's where you might be stagnant. And that's also a reason why I say it doesn't have to be like academic, as in go to college, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years, get your doctorates, things like that. That is a great path, right? But as long as you can get into a field that is tangible, like something that you can learn to do and get really good at, that is what's going to push you forward. Because not everybody's going to go the same path. Not everybody's going to be like walking the same, road. Because we all have different things we want to accomplish in this world, and we all have different upbringings and experience, cultural differences, all those different things. So get yourself educated in something so that way you can push yourself forward and, succeed. That's what I've learned. If you do not get yourself educated in something, it's really hard to find a tangible job. Like, even if you get a job, for you to climb up the ladder in that job, you have to do extra trainings. You have to maybe go back to school. Like, they have those things embedded into that career because they know that you need that skill to be able to do things that are higher and things that will pay more, all those different things. So the second thing I've learned is get yourself educated, okay? In whatever field you may like. The third thing I have learned, and this is due to being the firstborn daughter, firstborn daughter syndrome. And that is, it is not my responsibility to solve everybody's problems. I say it again for the firstborns, it is not your responsibility to solve everybody's problems. Now, growing up, I'm a very helpful person. To this day, I'm still a very helpful person. But I realized that it was somewhat getting in the way of what I was going on with my life and everything like that because I was trying to support a lot of people around me. I have a lot of useful skills. I know how to do hair. I know how to do makeup. I know how to navigate this crazy system we got going around. I'm familiar with behavior, so sometimes it's really easy for me to talk to people and all those different things. But I still got to choose me at the end of the day. Because guess what? If they call me and I don't pick up, they're going to call someone else to solve that problem. That's something that never clicked to me. It never clocked to me, okay? That the fact that because they were always calling me and I assumed I'm the only one that can solve the issue. They would call me and I would be like, okay, yes, I got this going on, but let me go ahead and do this, right? Because of those skills is the reason why they continue to rely on me because they know they can call me and I'll be there. Like that. But once I realized that is not a long-term thing that I want to do, and when I say long-term thing, one day I'm going to have a family, I'm going to have kids, I'm going to have this, I will not have the time to be able to support all these people. So it's better that I work now into funneling down my circle when it comes to helping people and stuff like that. So that way, I'm not overwhelmed in the future when more things are added on top, because then that's going to make me feel like I can't do anything. I don't have the time for anything. I'll be all over the place. So I'm going to say it again. It is not your responsibility to solve everybody's problems. If you can support them, go right ahead. But if it gets in the way of whatever you got going on, then that's when you got to choose. Do you choose yourself or do you choose the other person? And it's not always choose the other person. Choose yourself sometimes. So one of the things I've learned in my 25 years of living is that you're not responsible for solving everybody's problems. Okay? All right, let's go to number 4. Number 4. Travel. Travel the world. Travel. You guys, this world is massive. And we live on our screens. And we have access to so many different cultures, locations, activities. And yet sometimes we're bounded at home because of finance. We can't afford it. We don't have people to go with us. We just don't know how to plan the trip itself. We don't know who to connect with, all those different things. Learn to do it. Learn to travel because it is so rewarding. It is so rewarding to be able to leave your environment and go and live somewhere else where other people live that isn't similar to you, whether they speak a different language, different landscape, different weathers, all those different things, because it puts into perspective all those things you see on social media, and it gives you your own perspective on things. Because guess what? Someone might have a bad experience in France, but you might not have the same experience. You can go over there and have an amazing time, right? You could see everybody going to Japan and having an amazing time, discovering this, discovering that. You go there, you hate it. You do not like it. But guess what? That is your experience. And that's why I feel like it's so important to travel. We only have one life. And I feel like being able to see this amazing world that the Lord has created is so rewarding because you get perspective. Sometimes we get stuck in the bubble that we live at. Whether you live at home in your apartment or have a house and all those different things, you're embedded in somewhere. And sometimes you get accustomed to that environment to the point where it's kind of hard to understand how people might live who might not be able to be in the same environment as you, who may not be in the same class or all those different things as you, right? And that's why it's so important to travel, because it's super rewarding and it gives you a perspective of this world. And that's not something you can read. That's not something you can watch. That's something you have to experience. Say it with me, class. Experience, okay? Because I'm telling you, that's why everybody wants to do it. And traveling isn't as expensive as people may make it. You save a couple of dollar bills, and I promise you, go to Expedia. Go to Expedia, find some trips, find some packages, all-inclusive resorts, all those different things. They're all over the world. Ryu Hotel, all those different things are available to you so you can experience life. You can experience the world. And that is one thing that I have learned in my 25 years of living. If I never traveled, I feel like I'll be so much more closed-minded and like unimpressed by other like cultures and things like that. But being able to go out and see how people live, the language they speak, the food they eat on a regular basis, their environment opens your mind. And number 5, the big 5, choose yourself. Okay? Choose yourself. I'm a very, like, firstborn daughter syndrome. We're supporting this person, supporting that person, making sure they're passing, making sure they're getting the things they need to get done, making sure this and that, this and that, this and that, this and that. Have you checked on yourself? Have you checked on yourself? Are you good? How's your health? How are your relationship with your friends? How's work? Have you checked on yourself? In my 25 years of living, later on in my life, I learned that I need to choose me, because this is my world. Where I step is my world. Where I go is my world. Everything I do is me. At the end of the day, the thing that's waiting for all of us is death. Not to get real dark right there, okay? But the thing that's waiting for us is death. And I don't want to get there and realize that I haven't lived, or I've always chose other people, or I haven't done everything I wanted to do. Live the life that you want to live. At the end of the day, that's what I mean when I say choose you. Choose yourself. If you live the life you want to live, you will never have anything to say that you didn't do. If you want to go try that bakery, go try that bakery. If you want to go to Hawaii because you've never been, go to Hawaii. Save the money to go invest in yourself, because sometimes we're so distracted by everything that's going on in the world that we forget to look at ourselves and the things we can do to improve our own lives. So choose yourself in all aspects. Whether that's you're in a relationship and you're not getting everything you want from it, you have a choice to leave. I saw this one TikTok that said, like, we don't get to choose who our family are, right? Hopefully we get a good family. But when it comes to like significant other, you get to choose that. So don't choose a bum. Don't choose someone you don't like. Choose someone you like, have good chemistry with, someone you can live a long life with. And when you are choosing this person, don't just think about in the next 5 years. Think in the next 20, 30, 40. You don't know how long, you'll live. But if you're working towards having a relationship with someone that is eternal, like with Christ, right? Then you would be able to now open your mind and be able to move accordingly. If that person isn't doing what you want them to do, remove. I'm hoping you guys got some things out of these 5 different things I've learned at 25, because truly it's so important to make sure we are aware of where we're at, right? Seeing ourselves and how we're living, because sometimes we get lost in this in the aspect of like doom scrolling or just complicit, where we're just stuck in our lives and we don't know what to do in order to change. Maybe that means pick up a new hobby, right? Pick up a new skill, get educated, choose yourself. Like all these different things encompass a well-lived life. And I'm so grateful to be at 25, and I can't wait to get a 30, 40, 60, all those different things, because I don't know why everybody on social media is so scared to get old. Getting old is a privilege, because a lot of people don't get to get old. A lot of people do not get to get old. So whenever you get to the next stage of your life where things have changed, your body feels a little different, there might be some aching in your knees, you can't bend like you used to, all those different things, those are all blessings, because it shows a long life. And that's what we want. Okay, a long, happy, fulfilling life. And that can only be done by you investing in yourself. And that is why I wanted to give you guys these 5 tips that I've learned at 25 to hopefully help you be able to push yourself into having the best life possible, because that's the goal here. Because at the end of the day, we're all gonna die. We're all gonna end up in a grave. So you might as well make your time here something that was worth living for. You know what I mean? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Go ahead and comment down below one thing you've learned this year, because it's been a hard year. Tell me one thing you've learned this year. I know we just got into 2026, but let's reflect at 2025 so that way we can change for 2026. Tell me down below something that you have learned this year, or just something that you want to share with people that could be helpful. With that being said, you guys, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.